Hello everyone, it's Helen here and thank you for joining me today. This week is week number 3 of the Pootler's design team for the month of July, and for the month of July we're working from the Every Occasion stamp set, and I'll be using this star here, and we're going to be making this coaster here, and I'll be using all of these colours here, all 10 of these colours here. I'm using a wooden coaster. I bought these as a pack of 10 from eBay. You should be able to find these from craft shops and other places like that, so do have a look around and see what you can find online. I simply just typed in wooden coasters. You may come across ones already made up, but you should be able to come across some plain ones. If you do have any trouble, just send me a message and I'll do my best to try and help you out there and see if I can find some for you. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so I'm just going to push all these back here. I'm just going to try and keep them in the same order because I've put them in the colour order that I'm going to be using. You're going to need some water and a paintbrush and your coaster. I'm just going to put that there just for reference so that I can go along with it. I'm going to be going from that direction. I'm going to be working from there. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first pad. We're going to start with red. Just squeeze the lid. Load up your paintbrush. You can also use the aqua painter for this, but I haven't really got used to those yet, so I'm going to build up to using those quite slowly. Okay, so I'm going to start with the red, and I'm going to start in the corner. Okay, as it's wood, what will happen is it will absorb into the wood. So you do need to coat it up quite well, especially if you want some vibrant colours. And as it dries, it will continue to soak into the wood, so it will dry a lot lighter than what you put it on as. Okay, so rinse off your brush. Okay, that was real red. Now we're on to pumpkin pie. As I've done all these before, most of my lids are going to be squeezed, so most of my ink pads they're already prepped for me, ready to go. So, okay, so let's just brush on that, and as you can see, it blends into the previous colour, but you can just go over it again, just like so, just to help it merge. Okay, so that's the purple, oh, sorry, not purple, that's the orange. Rinse off your brush. It's a really hot day here today, so I'm closing my ink pads as soon as I've finished using them. Okay, this is Daffodil Delight, I believe. Yep, Daffodil Delight. Okay, you can actually do this technique with any colour that you want, so you can get some really nice designs. Just going to try and put some more yellow over the orange there just to help it blend. Okay, next colour is Pear Pizzazz. Now when I was trying to work out all these colours, I'd forgotten the rainbow song. Trying to remember the order of the colours, I had to ask my daughter to sing it to me. She got it right, which is good. She knows her colours. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing it for you on camera. Okay, there's the light green. Okay, on to Cucumber Crush. Squeeze. Okay, this is drying quite fast, so I want to blend the colours together as soon as I can, really. Don't really want harsh lines. Okay, next colour is, we're going to our blues now, so we're attempting turquoise. Blending that straight into the green. Next colour is Pacific Point. Just try and get that blended into the previous blue. Next one is Night of Navy, so we've got a nice dark colour there. That should blend in really nicely with the blues. Okay, this one is almost moving into the indigo colour now, so we're just going to add Melon Mambo on the end. Also Perfect Plum and then Melon Mambo. I'm going to take the Perfect Plum all the way to the edge. I'm going to add a bit more Night of Navy. Last one, Melon Mambo. Just going to tap that on there. Just blending that out. And then I'm going to go back to the Perfect Plum again. If I can get this closed. Doesn't want to go. There we are. There we go. That should be all the watercolouring done. As I said, it's quite a warm day here, so the coaster should be drying off quite nicely. But just to help it, I'm just going to get my my heat tool out. I'm going to use it on, you can see here there's two settings. I'm going to be using it on setting number 1. It's not really in focus, but yeah, you should be able to see that. Okay, so this is quite loud, so you can turn your volume down if it does get a bit loud. Actually no, it's not actually that loud, it's when I do it on level 2 it's quite loud. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly dry that off. We're going to be heat embossing next, so I want the coaster to be dry, or otherwise we'll have our powder sticking to bits where we don't want it to stick. So, okay, the top bit's dry. Okay, that's almost dry now. Let's get rid of all these stamp pads. Okay, we're going to start off with the Versamark ink, and we're going to do a few stars at a time. I've tried to keep mine to a little pattern there. Just try to keep it uniform. I mean, you can do random stamps wherever you want, but I do like to follow a small pattern. So I'm just going to do 3 stars along the bottom. Now I keep my gold embossing powder in a pot. It's an airtight container as well, and it makes it a lot easier to put your powder on as well. Okay, tap that off. I have a dry paintbrush here just for brushing off any excess that I don't want on there. Okay, that's the first row. Okay, I'm going to use setting number 2 now just to heat emboss. Just as you do with paper. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to finish off stamping everything and heat embossing, and then I'll come back and then I will show you how to finish the coaster off. Okay, so I'm all done with that now. I've gold embossed all of the stars, and I've taken them off the edge as well, and I've added extra ones along the bottom there just to keep the pattern going across. Okay, so if you weren't too careful, you may have got bits of paint going around the edges. Now, I don't really like the look of that, so I'm just going to go around with my black stays on. Just going to go around all the edges, just trying to keep it at a right angle as much as possible, just so that I don't get any black bits along the front, along the top. So just go around like this. As you can see, it's turning that black, and it's hiding all of those splotches. If you have a gold ink pad, it would look quite nice going around with gold, or you could dip it into Versamark and heat emboss it around the edges as well. You could do that. Okay, gone all the way around now. Okay, so it's not really ready to use just yet, because if you put your tea or coffee or a drink on there, it will seep into the wood, so we need to protect the wood. Now, I've got this clear super gloss spray. You can get this from hardware stores, you can get it from Amazon or eBay, you can just order it online as well from any hardware shop, B&Q. So basically it's going to need about 3 to 5 coats. This is a gloss, however on my other one it has soaked into the wood slightly, so I think I may just have to build up lots more coats if you actually do want a glossy finish. Another thing you can do is you can buy cork backing as well. You can stick that on the back, especially if you've made a mess here like I have here. You can cover that up. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's project. And please pop along to the accompanying blog post that I've written. It'll be in the description box down below, and there'll be a complete list of all the supplies that I've used today. You'll be able to order from my blog the actual stamp set and the inks as well. So please do pop along and have a look around, and I'll see you next week.